Hey guys, Becca here from YWAM Trang. Are you a DTS student? Or maybe you're just curious what life on base looks like? Well, come along with me and I'll give you a glimpse into what makes this place feel like home. Before we begin, I'll bet you're wondering, how did we even get this space facility in the first place? Well, hold on. Wait till the end of the video and I'll tell you. I'll give you the full story and how God provided miraculously for this place. But if you look behind me, you'll see our map of the neediest red. This is our vision, our passion, our heart as a base. This is our great reminder. Every time we walk through the doors, we see the map and we remember that there is a remaining task, that all nations have yet to be made disciples of Christ. So it's a great reminder for us as we come in every morning. So if you come along with me here, this is our main room. This is where we meet for pretty much everything. It's for our worships Monday morning. It's for intercession on Thursdays. It's for Bible reading together on Tuesdays. This is where we've celebrated a lot of victories. We celebrated our 2-year anniversary as YWAM Trang here. We've also celebrated baby showers and birthdays. It's been a place of great joy. But it's also been a place where we've encouraged one another in difficult times. Moving as a cross-cultural worker, being a missionary isn't easy, but this is a place where we glorify God together. This is where our life happens. Now, if you come with me over here, we'll go to the kitchen. This is where the food is made, and as any culture, Thailand loves food, and so do I. So it works out great. So over here we have our friends, and Julie, why don't you tell me what we're making?
We're making cinnamon rolls.
Praise God. I'll tell you, cinnamon rolls make the whole base smell like home and makes me want to come here more and more. All right, so out here we have a little patio area. This is where we're hoping to build a storage shed. Christmas decorations, our missions decorations, our maps, I don't know, anything we need for maintenance. All of that is going to go out here. So we're hoping to support Raise for that so we can actually get that built soon. But as of right now, we just have storage in different places throughout the base. So if you come with me, this is our kitchen number 1. But back over here, we have what I like to call second kitchen. It's a place where there's another fridge, there's more counter space. As we're hosting more teams and we have more people on base, we have a lot of people who need to make food at the same time. And so as such, it became necessary for us to have another kitchen. So it kind of serves two purposes, but it's still a great place for us to make food and spend time together. We're now starting to do official ministries. So we've been hosting some outreach teams, which has been so exciting. We've been able to go all throughout Trang. We've been able to go to churches, schools. We've had opportunities to share the gospel. We've gone to markets and done music and concerts. We've even had community nights. So many things have been happening in Trang in this recent season. And as you look at this wall behind me, these are the 2 teams that we posted already, YWAM Louisville and YWAM Montana. And right now, we actually have 2 more teams on base, but they don't get to put their picture up until the very end. So in about a month, we'll be able to have not 2, but 4 teams on our wall. Next up, we have our staff ministries office. So this is a private place for our staff to be able to do some behind the scenes ministry, work on logistics, or have one-on-ones, get away from students for a moment and be able to process some of the things that are going on. It's a really great place for us to be able to have just like a little getaway. But that doesn't mean we don't work in here. We also have our communications ministry that does a lot of stuff here. We'll often have interviews on this couch, or we'll make Thai videos teaching how to speak a little bit of Thai and sharing what we love about Trang. All right, next up, we're gonna head upstairs. While we're going that way, I'd love to tell you a little bit about our renovation process. When we got here, there was a lot of work that needed to be done. We needed to repaint, we needed ACs to be put in, we needed fans to be installed. And so over the last year or so, we've been working on that. So over the last year, we've been working really hard on all of these decorations, but everything that we do has a purpose. We want our students to continue to think about the unreached as they're going throughout the base. We don't just want it to be during lecture times. It's a lifestyle that we're trying to have them leverage their lives for the glory of God among the unreached nations. So as we come up here, you'll see that this is one of our living room spaces. This is where students can come and hang out. They can take a break during lectures. They can eat snacks together or have quiet times in the morning. You know, I remember in my DTS, we had speakers during the breaks. We would come and sit together in the living room, and I would ask them questions and get to know more about what they were talking about. I'd get to know about their lives and hear their stories. And it was honestly some of my favorite memories in DTS. So if you'll come with me, we'll go ahead and head into the classroom. This is where the majority of the DTS students' time will be spent. It's where they're going to be hearing lectures. They're going to be engaging with speakers. They're going to be wrestling through difficult topics. They're also going to be doing ministry development, getting ready for outreach. As you can see, we have them doing a missions teaching right now. This is for our outreach teams. They're going to be able to come and hear more about God's global purpose, whether they've been in DTS or they're a church group, whether they've heard of missions or they still have yet to know how we're supposed to engage as believers. This is an opportunity for them to get to know more of God's heart for this world. So next, why don't you come with me to the girls' dorm? This is where our DTS students will be staying. This is where our outreach teams stay or church teams will stay. It's really the place where all the girls will be able to set their stuff and rest for the night. You know, I remember in my DTS, we had a lot of late nights together, just talking and praying and fellowshipping at the end of the day. Sometimes it's nice to be able to have a little debrief. But I also remember the times where we went straight to bed as fast as we could. So that being said, we're gonna go ahead and head to the upstairs now, and I'll tell you how we actually got this base facility. All right, so the time you've all been waiting for, how God got us to this base facility. About a year and a half into being in Thailand, we felt that God was kind of leading us to find this facility. We knew that we were going to be hosting outreach teams in the future, and we needed a place for teams to stay. We needed a hub where we could come back to for our gatherings, where we could host a lot of people. Prior to this, we had been meeting in homes, which was kind of like the Acts Church. It was honestly really sweet looking back. We'd have worship at Debbie's house or staff meeting at Angela's house. And it was really great, but the time had come for us to find a place. So we began to drive through the city and pray. We were hoping to find a place kind of central in Trang, a place where there would be a lot of people out and about, but we were still close to a 7 where students could go shopping. So we found a place. And it wasn't the most ideal, but we had prayed about it and we could make it work. We could make it happen. So on the very morning that we went to go and sign, we called the landlord and said, all right, we want it, we're ready. And she said, oh, I signed it to somebody else. So with that out of the question, we got in our vehicles and drove through the city once more. And the Olivers were driving through this parking lot and they saw a new sign put up for rent. So they called the landlord in excitement and said, hey, we would love to rent this place, tell us more. Turns out, the people who had been staying here prior were an insurance company, and they had canceled a 10-year lease. The sign had gone up that very morning, and if I remember correctly, that afternoon, we had signed on it. God had provided us a central location close to a hotel that everybody in town knows. It's close to a 7, it's close to a market. People are always coming and going, and praise God, it is exactly what we needed. We have dorms, a classroom, an office, and we even have a kitchen space, which is more than we could ask for. So almost finally, this is our upstairs foyer. This is another place for students to have quiet times or even to play games together. As you can see, we have a foosball table. We also have a ping pong table. So it's a nice little break for students throughout the day. They're working their brains hard at lecture and it's nice to have a break. So over here, we have our guys' dorm. It's pretty much an exact copy of the girls' dorm, only upstairs, and it has a green wall instead of a terracotta wall. Over here, we have our hospitality room. So this is one of 2 hospitality rooms, and it's a private room for families to stay, for speakers, or for maybe guests that are coming through that aren't the traditional students. This is a place where we're able to offer hospitality and show them the love of Jesus through a comfortable place to stay with coffee, tea, AC, and all of the above. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me on a tour throughout the base through this place that I love so much. DTS students, I hope you enjoyed looking at the place where you'll be spending a lot of time. And I want to give a special thanks to our supporters who have made this possible. Not only do you pay the rent, you have also helped to pay for paint, for the AC, for everything else that we've needed, furniture, maintenance, all of these things. Thank you for being a part of this. So ultimately, yes, this is a building, but it's a place dedicated to God's global purpose, to seeing students be sent out long-term into the nations, to be a place where God will be glorified, not only in the city of Trang, but in accomplishing the task throughout all of the unreached nations. Thank you, and God bless.